Alright, what's up, y'all? It's Venus back here with another story time. And this story time is about the craziest bottle run I ever went on, alright? So, this story time, I was with four homies. I was with the big homie Reggie, free him. I was with my homie Owen, he's my age. I was with my older cousin. I used to stay over at his house, and this is one of the times when I was staying there for like, I stayed over there for like a month when this was going on. But we had Owen, my cousin, Reggie, and this fool Donnie with us that came with Reggie. And so me and Owen and Aiden were all over at my cousin Aiden's house, chilling there, smoking and shit. And then Reggie pulls up on us, and then we leave, and we go to this store that like, so we one of my friends tried to hit a bottle run on this store one time, and it did not go as planned. Like he went in there, second he hit the alcohol aisle, the worker they went over the intercom and said something, and then this worker came over there and kicked him out the store. And after that, none of us really ever hit that store because we just didn't want to deal with that. But this day, the store we would usually hit, which is shut down now, um, it like the workers there, they knew me by then. They knew my face. Like every time I go in there, they would instantly get on me. I couldn't steal nothing from there. But so we went to this store instead to grab some bottles, and me and the homie Owen went in the store. Like as soon as we walked in the store, we go straight to the far back. That way, cause all right, let me kind of give you the layout of the store. So the workers front of the store by the doors, all right, and then all these aisles, and at the very end of these aisles, on the far right side, because the doors are on the far left, and this alcohol aisle is on the whole opposite side, far right. And so me and my homie Owen walk in, go down the first aisle, take a right at the very back of the store, walk all the way down there to the alcohol aisle. But before we go to the alcohol aisle, we hit the juice aisle. And whenever I used to go steal and I get chasers, I would either get a whole bunch of Red Bulls and stuff like that, or I would get full jugs of juice. And this day, I went and grabbed a full jug of Hawaiian Punch. And then I walked into the alcohol aisle with the homie Owen. And so my homie Reggie, he loved passion fruit. What's it called? Amsterdam. So Owen grabbed a bottle of that for Reggie. And then me and my cousin Aiden, we would used to drink E&J all the time. So I grabbed a bottle of E&J, stuck that on my waist, and then Owen and Donnie wanted some other shit, so I grabbed another bottle and then had the E&J on my waist. Had put this other bottle, I can't remember what it is, but I had put this bottle on my forearm. And mind you, Owen is wearing a tank top. I'm wearing a hoodie though, so I'm good. But Owen is wearing a tank top, so he can't even really hide nothing. But what I did is I took this bottle and I put it on my forearm, but still to where I was kind of holding it, not really though. And I took this jug of juice and put it in my hand. And I was holding it with both hands, and I was walking with this bottle hid between like my pushing it against my hoodie with my arm, and then kind of overlapping the hoodie over so you couldn't really see it. But I was like holding it with my arm and acting like I was holding this jug of juice with a bottle of E&J on my waist. Owen had a bottle of vodka, and then but we thought about it and we were like, shit, Owen can't have this bottle of vodka like this, like when this little ass tank top where everybody's gonna see. So we went back down the juice aisle. He grabbed another jug of juice. We got like the blue Hawaiian Punch. I don't even know what the fuck it's called. But then, so he started holding that shit like in front of his waist where the bottle was. That way you couldn't really see it, because you can't see through that juice. Shit like looks like some fucking toxic waste, dark ass colors. But so we started walking out the store, like walking back the same way we came in. We saw two workers, like the butcher people, out there stocking meat. So we turned into the chip aisle, boom, right before we got to them, acting like we were looking at chips, covering up the bottles. We stood in there for like 5 minutes. These workers finally walked past us. Once they walked past us, then we went out and kept walking down this aisle. We get to the end, hit a left, and we start walking down the aisle, all like out the store, like we were almost home free. And then all of a sudden, this worker in the back of the store goes, "Hey, hey," as we're walking out. And I was like, "Oh, fuck." And me and Owen looked at each other. And then we started running towards the front of the store. And we got up there. And then, so I totally forgot about this. It's like this. So there's one door right next to the cashiers and everything where that's the door you have to walk out of. Like, you walk up to it, it has motion sensors to the inside, opens up, you walk out. But there's the other doors, the ones we went up to, that only open from the outside. They only have the sensors on the outside. And we were at that door. We stood there for like a solid 2 or 3 seconds, like, oh fuck. Because we couldn't run over the other aisle because the workers were right there. But since we were right here, thank God for this lady. She came in clutch, bro. Like, for real. She walked up to this door, old ass lady. No offense to her. Old ass lady, though. And that shit, the door opened. We just went running out the store. And as soon as we started running, I, like, started holding the bottle in my hand and the juice in my other hand, just running. And the lady started laughing her ass off. It was funny as shit. And then we started running. We made it to the truck, hopped in the truck. We pulled out, started driving out all like calm and everything, that way they wouldn't suspect shit. The worker came running out there. We saw his dumbass looking around the parking lot trying to find us and shit. Like, nah, bitch, we already gone. And so we was leaving. And we live in this small ass little country town. So we start going out to this one spot where it's just straight up dirt and then this big open lot. So we went out to this spot, and on the way out there, me and my cousin and Owen and Donnie were all hitting the bottle, getting fucked up while we were driving out there. I was straight chugging the E&J, like straight chugging that shit too fast. Like, I got way too drunk this day. But we were driving, we get out to the spot. We were out there. Homie Reggie was out there in the truck hitting donuts. I got hella videos of us out there drinking, hitting donuts, smoking blunts, all that good shit. And we were out there. Reggie was doing donuts, and then he stopped doing donuts. We all hopped back in the truck and were just chilling, drinking and shit. And then me, Owen, and Donnie walk away. I don't know. We went on this little side quest. I don't even remember what the fuck we were doing. Probably went off just doing some dumbass shit like always. But so we were walking, just us three, and my cousin and the homie Reggie were back at the truck. And then all of a sudden, we hear them start yelling and shit. And then we look back and see these motherfuckers back at the truck fighting. They were back there throwing hands. We still don't even know why. Because they were too drunk. They don't even remember why, honestly. Like, dumbass shit. But since we saw them fighting, we all ran back there. And we were watching for a second, just making sure shit wasn't going to get bad, But we were still going to let them fight for a minute. And then Reggie punches my cousin in the mouth, and once he punched my cousin in the mouth, my cousin just rushed him and picked his ass up and slammed him, and that knocked the wind out of Reggie, and then he punched him in his mouth like 2-3 times. So me and Donnie ran over to my cousin, picked him up, dragged him off of Reggie. Like, we couldn't let him just fuck him up like that, because he wouldn't have stopped since how drunk he was. And so then Reggie got up, we kept them separated for a minute or two, like, just had him, my cousin, walk off with me and Owen, go do whatever the fuck we was doing before. I really don't even remember. I was way too fried. And then, as I was walking away, Reggie starts yelling some bullshit, and my cousin tries to go back over there and keep fighting him, but we convinced his ass not to, and we just went out there. And then like 15, 20 minutes later, they made up. Like, they were cool, because it was just drunk shit, drunk fighting. And then we were like, alright, we're about to leave, could we get a ride back to my cousin's house? And Reggie was like, yeah, I got you with a ride. I brought you out here, I'll give you a ride back. And we were like, alright, cool. And then we were all on the way back to my cousin's house, hitting the bottle, getting even more fucked up. And then my cousin and Reggie get into another fight while we were driving. And Reggie pulls over the car, and he tells us, get the fuck out. He's like, fuck this shit. Y'all close enough to home. Y'all can walk back. And we were all like, bet. And we hopped out. Before we hopped out, though, we grabbed every one of them bottles. We were like, y'all ain't keeping none of this shit. Finna fucking kick us out the car before we get back to the crib. And we the ones who took these bitches, so you can't even be mad about that shit. But we grabbed them, started walking back to the crib. And then as we were walking back, we were on this like long ass straight road that was still part of the country. We're almost to where like the town is, but we're still in the country right now. And then we all just were walking with bottles in our hand, not giving a fuck. And then this fucking cop drives by us, And all of a sudden, he gets right down the road, stops his car, bloop, bloop, fucking blurps us. We were like, fuck. We all just took off running, and this cop flipped around, was chasing us, like in his car, you know. I don't think he wanted to hop out yet because he knew we would have just kept running, like, so he wouldn't have been able to catch us. He was probably trying to see where we were trying to go. But we already had this spot where he wouldn't be able to drive because that shit, like, you just can't drive there. And we were going, and then there's this, like, spot behind this store that me and my cousin and Owen would have made that if he was ever doing some shit like this after a bottle run, we would be able to get away quick. And it worked. This was the first time we ever had to use it to run from the cops. But, so, how it was, there's this, like, long strip mall type store, and then this big open area behind it. And then there's this construction zone where they're building this stadium, big ass stadium for a little ass town, don't even understand why. And then, so, we're running back there behind this, like, so first, we run behind this store, boom, hit the open lot. Cop jumps out of his car, starts chasing us. But we're way faster than this fat ass, old ass cop. He was chasing us down, but not very good. He was pretty far back. We was all running, taking off. Even though we were drunk, we were still gone on him. And then, we hit a left, started running through this back, like it's a straight wood area behind this construction zone, and we were just running through there, and then hit another left, and we go right to this spot where there's a post office, and the construction zone's fence is probably about a foot off of this post office fence. And we went in there to the old folks home that's right next to this post office. My bad, I burped. And we cut the fence where that little spot leads to the old folks home. So we went back, went through this little skinny ass spot on wooden bottles. We went through there real quick, ran through the old folks home, hit this other fence. We jumped that because I don't know why we never cut this shit. We should have been cut that fence. But, so we all had to jump that fence. We were all holding bottles still. And we had left my cousin's window open in case we had to go back in the window, like, if, because we didn't tell my uncle we were leaving, we just left. And so we left our window open in case we needed to jump through the window instead of walk around where the cameras could see us. And then, so, we were running, hit this fence, boom, jump over the fence, all three of us jump over this fence. We start running. And then as we're running, there's this big open lot that we're in, and then a church parking lot. And my cousin's house is right next to this church parking lot. So we run through the fucking open area, through the church parking lot, back to my cousin's house, jump through his window with these bottles, fucking get in there, we're finally home safe, fucking start drinking, smoking, just chilling. And yeah, we got fucked up. I don't even remember the rest of that night after we got back. Probably like 30 minutes later, I blacked the fuck out. I don't even remember. We all did, honestly. We were all way too gone. But yeah, that was the craziest bottle run / like day I ever did that shit, like ever. And yeah, so if y'all enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you got any tips to make the story times better. And yeah. Catch y'all in the next video. Probably post another one tomorrow.